The big topic in the WordPress space right now is the concept of static sites. We hear that a lot right now with things like Astro. We have some solutions like Phantom WP. I heard Yoast, he too moved his site from WordPress to Astro because everybody's talking about static sites and how we improve speed and performance and security using static sites. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at one solution that kind of creates the best of both worlds. You build in WordPress with your native page builder that you love already, and then you can deploy to a static site. So let's check it out. So here we have a website that I built using Builderius. It has lots of dynamic data everywhere using ACF, and everything was built using the Builderius page builder. And now see the fun part, how we can now move this site. It is currently stored locally on my local computer, but I want to now deploy this site into something like Cloudflare. It is super simple. All you have to do is you head over to your dashboard, then head over to Builderius settings. It might take a while to load because currently they are upgrading the way the settings work. Right now, it does a lot of checks before it opens the settings, but in the future, it will be faster. You simply see a new option called deploy. Once you click on that option, it will ask you, where do you want to deploy the website to? So say add location, and you simply just follow the prompt. It's very easy. Just follow the prompt. First of all, you give it a name. I can say this is my conference, and I can say which one do I want it to be. Is it Cloudflare Pages or GitHub Pages? So I'll choose Cloudflare Pages for now. Then you have to provide your API token, which you get from Cloudflare. So you just have to register on Cloudflare if you haven't got an account on Cloudflare already. It's free, so register on Cloudflare. Then you head over to your account, and you can just do a quick search for API token, and you get to see API tokens. That's where you can create your own token. So you just go ahead and create a new token, and say create custom token. And for this custom token, you give it a name like test. For the permissions, you say the account should be for pages. So that is the Cloudflare pages, and you should be able to edit it. And that's basically all you need to do here. Then you go ahead, and if you want to whitelist it to specific IP address and so on, you can do that. But you can just go ahead and create it. Then you take the token that it was given. So let's go ahead and create. And yeah, create the Cloudflare account, and now you see the token. So I'll copy that token. Just copy the token and go back and paste the token there. I'll also go ahead and paste in my account ID, which you get from your Cloudflare dashboard. So just go back to Cloudflare, go to the dashboard, and you go to one of your pages. If you scroll down to the bottom, you see your account ID. Copy that ID and paste the ID where you need it. And finally, for the project name, it has to be like a normal slug you have with WordPress. So don't start adding spaces and anything with capital letters. It should be all small letters with dashes. So I can say this project is called UAC-conference and save. And that's it. So now we can go ahead and test our connection. And you can see that it says connected successfully. So we are good to go. So now the last thing you need to do is just go back to your releases, create a new release, and you give it a version number the same way you normally create releases with Builderius. So I can say 1.2 or 1.4, and the tag is static. Say this is for a static site, and make sure you publish the release. Go ahead and create your release, and you have your release published. So the final thing is to actually deploy, because now you have your release, you need to deploy that release. So I'll go under the deploy, and yes, I want to deploy to my conference. and it will show you everything that you can add to your deployment. So if you don't want some pages to be added, you deactivate them and so on. But let's say I want everything to be deployed, then you can go ahead and click on next. And the first thing to do is first create the zip of the static file before it uploads it wherever you want to upload it to. So I'll go ahead and just leave it at the default settings and click generate. It will go ahead and start generating all of the files. So it will run through all of your pages, all of your posts, see whatever JavaScript or Java CSS and everything that is needed, and it will package them into a single file. And we can now go ahead and do the next step, which is to deploy. And one warning it gives for now is that the forms don't work yet, but in the future updates, they will show you how to use forms. Okay, so let's go ahead and deploy and confirm deployment. And it will run through the process and deploy your site to the Cloudflare pages. Okay, so now it's done. We can go ahead and check the page that was deployed. And let's just get to the right page. And we see our page that was deployed on the Cloudflare pages. You can also go to Cloudflare and search for pages, and you see it there as well. And you see everything works. The pages work. The dark theme toggle works. And they just all work. And now it's actually faster because it's not reading any PHP or database query or any kind of long calls. It just goes through the actual files and retrieves the data. So it's faster. If you want to deploy it locally, it's the same process. As long as you have a server running like local or herd or any of these local servers, you can just go ahead and click on the export and say you want to export static site. Go ahead and download the zip. It will download the zip for you. Then you copy the zip into your server. In my example, it's going to be herd. So I'll copy it to herd and we'll see how it works. So I've copied all the files into a folder within herd and I've set up the domain name in herd. So now I can just go ahead and this is my local site. So I can still preview all of the pages. So if you want to test it out locally, just make sure you have a local installation of maybe local WP or herd by Laravel or any of these local servers, and you can deploy it there. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up and let me know. Have you tested it out? Do you think the static sites is the way to go, or do you still have reservations about static sites? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.